Hi, everyone. Mike White here. Welcome to this week's blog post. We're going to talk a little bit about the observations we're seeing from the field, uh, strategies that are working, conversations that we're having, just general information that I think is important as we begin the back to school season. This week, in some parts of the country, have already gone back to school. They will be starting in other places throughout the month of August, right through the middle of September. Back to school is always an important time of the year to be paying attention to, because there tends to be a lot of movement. There tends to be a lot of activity going on because either people are scrambling to get in houses before their kids go back to school. The other side to the coin is they also sometimes slow down because the weekend before, the weekend after the kids go back to school, the parents are really wrapped up in dealing with back to school events and things that they need for the kids for school. But it also opens up the opportunity down the road. We've talked about this every year about those people who children go back to school and now they're aware of functional obsolescence of their home. Either the layout, the bedrooms, the bathrooms, the location don't work for them as it did once before. Now that they have children going to school or maybe different schools, and they start thinking, well, you know what, it would be better to sell the house and buy one that works better for the family now that we're back to school. So keep that in mind as we're going forward. It was good to see that purchase applications picked up last week. It's also great to hear from the field that we're seeing a lot more FHA and VA, USDA, and bond program eligible borrowers getting their offers accepted. These are qualified borrowers. The programs work. There has been some resistance over the last couple of years to engage because perception is that these aren't great programs, or that these loans fall apart, or they don't get to the closing table, or there's all sorts of challenges. But for those people who are educated into the reality of working with loan officers and mortgage professionals that know how to pre-qualify borrowers for these programs, who know how to do the work in advance before the offer so that the file's ready to go, there are very little differences between a conforming loan and any of these other loans when they're properly structured, when the loan officer and the client are properly prepared, when the agents themselves are aware of the programs and the things that are necessary to make this happen. It gets people into houses who are fully qualified borrowers to present offers, make offers, and in fact, they will close. So it's good to see that those people are now having a voice in the market. And in fact, this is a point that I'm trying to make with all of my clients, and as well as you, is to pay attention to the fact that you may have some FHA, VA, USDA bond program clients that you dealt with in the past 6 months or a year, maybe even 2, that went through the process of trying to find a house, making offers that weren't getting accepted, again, largely because of uneducated sellers, or, for lack of a better word, prejudicial realtors who felt for some unknown reason that these were bad candidates, that other people were better borrowers. Guess what? They're all looking better now when those houses are there and those cash offers or those $20,000 over asking are not showing up. All of a sudden, those FHA, VA, USDA, and bond program people become very attractive to a seller who is in the process of selling a house and likely buying another one. So it's really important that we're paying attention, going back into our databases. And it's a good thing to bring up to your better realtor referral partners, is that they look at their database. Who were they working with that didn't consummate a transaction? that they can reach back out to and now bring them back into the market where it's much more likely that there's going to be less resistance in accepting their offers. So keep that in mind when you're speaking with your clients, when you're looking at your database, when you're dealing with your referral partners, that this is a big topic of conversation. Last but not least, we're going to get some unemployment data this morning. Tomorrow, we're going to get the July jobs report, which certainly can be a market mover. So I would be around some news source so that you're paying attention at 8:30 Eastern time tomorrow, because it really could be a market mover. And with all the things that have happened in this past week, we had great movement to the positive side with the bond market. With the information that came out last week, and we got derailed over the weekend with the possibility of the government going out and spending another $800 or so billion, which really threatens the economy in God knows how many ways. Clearly, the markets were not a big fan of that information, and we've given back a lot of the gains that we've made over the last few days. Tomorrow could be a big number. Right now, everybody's redefining what the word recession means, or at least many people are redefining or trying to redefine what the word recession means. And so they've hung their hat on the last thing that they can hang their hat on is the unemployment number, totally disregarding the fact the number of people leaving the job market is the only reason the unemployment number has remained where it is. If there weren't as many people leaving the job market on a daily basis than as there are jobs being created, we'd be seeing significantly higher unemployment rates, which may be to come, but that may be the first indication. The first shoe may drop Friday morning when we get the jobs report for July. So pay attention. These could be market movers, as we've said all along. If you like it, lock it. If the payment works, lock in your deal, get it done. It's not like if rates go down in the future, we can't refinance that customer. But there's nothing we can do for that customer if they pass on a deal or rates go higher and they get pushed out of their deal. Those rates may never come back. That house may never be there at that price again. That likely could be an opportunity that's never going to present itself for those people, all because of the fact that we were trying to find a few dollars here or there in monthly payment, or we were emotionally attached to a interest rate number when all along the payment worked, it was doable, it fit within the budget. And we could have done that and dealt with at least owning the property and dealing with the financial aspect of it. Should prices improve down the road, could take advantage of it down the road. But there's so much risk and not that much reward. And that's the way it's been in this market all along, and that's why I keep harping on, you don't want to gamble. At least I don't think it's wise to gamble. If the payment works for the customer, get your deal done. If markets improve down the road, we can always refinance them to lower that payment, but we can't do anything about if the market goes against them. It may permanently keep them from their house of their dreams. As always, questions or comments, Mike at imtcoaching.com. We'll talk to you again next week. Bye-bye.